Hello, welcome to Understanding Cities We Live In with Professor C. In cities we live in, have you ever wondered why, in different parts of the city, the urban landscape looks different, such as buildings, infrastructure, and density? The many differences are related to the city's urban structure. Just like a tree, as cities develop over time, the urban expansion can take on a different pattern. In this episode, we will look into three types of urban structure models. Almost all cities we live in follow one of these models. We will start with the most common model, concentric ring model, created by E. W. Burgess in 1925. This model looks somewhat like an expanding water ripple. Imagine when a droplet hits the water. At that point of impact is the center of the city, or as many of us call it, the CBD. CBD is the center for jobs and employment, the place most of us would travel to work each day. In a place with a lot of people activity, land value goes up, and with a high land value, developments are intensified. This is why our CBD is filled with tall buildings and skyscrapers. Now, imagine an expanding water ripple. The first band is called the transition zone. This zone is located next to the CBD and has high land values. It's usually filled with apartments and mixed-use developments. Further expanding, the next band is called the working class zone. This zone is usually the old industrial district when the city was first developed, but now became the inner city area of affordable houses. The outer bands are residential and commuter zones, located away from the CBD. Lands are vast and cheap. This is ideal for low density and suburban developments. People here are mostly mid to high income families with cars, kids, and pets. Most cities we see are developed based on the concentric ring model. Examples can be observed in the old and compact cities. The second model is the sector model developed by Hoyt in 1939. This model is similar to the centric ring model, but rather than the form of simple rings, cities are expanded by sectors. Imagine a pizza. Each slice represents a sector such as industrial, low-class housing, middle-class housing, or high-class housing. From central CBD, these sectors would grow and expand along a transit corridor, which would be railway lines, highways, or rivers, because people want to live close to transit corridors so they can travel to other places faster. Activities and land uses in a sector are considered the same because of the function it serves. The high-class sector would stay high-class because it would be the most sought-after area to live. So only the rich people could afford to live there. The industrial sector would remain industrial, as the area would have a typical advantage over a railway line or a river. Many cities which are growing in the era of rapid transportation systems and technology would resemble the sector model. The third model is the multiple nuclei model developed by Harris and Ullman in 1945. This model shows cities have multiple growth points or nuclei around which growth takes place. Now imagine a beehive. A city might start with a CBD at the first hex, but over time, multiple hexes are formed as new activities are generated. The scattered activities attract people from surrounding areas and act as smaller suburbs or districts. These suburbs would grow in size with its own public amenities such as employment centers, schools, healthcare, and recreation. This model suggests cities don't need to concentrate all economic activities in one place, as it would cause congestions and create unaffordable property values. Activities should be evenly distributed across the city to reduce the transport costs. Wouldn't it be nice if our office would be located a few blocks across the street? This also means industrial areas can be located away from residential areas, keeping our children away from the smog and pollution. The multiple nuclei model usually presents cities which are large and rapidly expanding. So, I have listed three models to break down the physical structure of our cities. You can definitely relate to your city to one of these models. No model is perfect because the way cities grow is largely dependent on the market demand and technology. But the many factors would create different environments and suburbs in the city, and let us choose where we want to live and call it home. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. We will see you next time.